Hello everyone, it's the Mercenary. Welcome back to some more Starfield gameplay. And in today's video, we're going to carry on with assisting House Fathal. Now, I do realize that the last video is actually surprisingly short than I actually remembered it being, but that was also because I was waiting to find out where I had to go for this meeting, which I cut down tremendously short, which I intend to do in all my gameplays. But without further ado, let's go and help assist House Fathal and see what they require me to do. And that way we can be that much closer to getting this achievement done. Alright, so I gotta do my, there we go. Because unfortunately, my shadow play has really been wonky on me recently. And it seems like every time I record, something weird always happens, so I gotta keep my audio and visuals in check. Right, command. Ooh. Okay.
If you are not a member of House Bethal, you do not belong here.
Oh, well, hello to you too.
Truly, you are a heretic with no regard for respect.
Forgive my brother. He has been forgetting his manners of late. Victor, this is Anasco's chosen. You recall Lovic sent word.
I recall he spoke of a newly anointed promised. And we do not need help, especially from an outsider.
You can't continue to refuse the council. You must act. Your inaction is killing you.
Precisely, which is why he leaves me no choice but to say this. My nephew Vaeric has left, and until he returns, Victor refuses to assist the council.
These are hardly matters for the ears of an outsider.
Wow, I don't see how these situations are connected.
Of course not. You are an outsider. You have no understanding of our house.
Okay, point given. Gosh damn, but I am here I am here to help, so let me.
Is this not the opportunity you've been looking for, brother? A third party capable of finding Vaeric?
Yes, you said so yourself. Someone with no loyalties to speak of. And if he's become promised, truly his arrival is more than coincidence.
Serpent, give me strength. You both speak true. Perhaps I have reacted in haste. Tell me, Harbinger, are you well practiced in discretion?
Yes, of course.
I hope your word is good as well. As Vittoria mentioned, my son, Vaeric, has left. Essentially, he has abandoned his post. And not only did he turn his back on his house, but the great serpent as well. He is a traitor and must be dealt with as such.
Victor, surely you don't mean it.
He does, Luther. He is allowing his fervent pride and anger to cloud his judgment. What my brother is trying to say is that he wishes his own son dead. First, we lose Vashti to that malignance tearing through Dazra. And now you so willingly offer up Vaeric. As if our house has not suffered enough loss already.
Grief can often cloud our judgment.
This is not grief. This is betrayal. Not only to me, but to our society and the great serpent himself. I do not wish Vaeric dead, but as head of the Ministry of State, he left me no choice. All must serve. Those who refuse will be met with death.
Vaeric is your son. You could make an exception?
Exceptions show weakness, and we cannot afford to show weakness at a time like this.
We have done the same for less. You act as if death is the only answer. What about forgiveness?
I will not risk the Ministry's authority on the actions of my own son, even if he is my chosen heir. If the High Council wants my cooperation, I need you to find Vaeric and carry out his sentence.
And I would ask you to spare him. My brother is acting under impulse, not reason.
I have never been more clear. Speak against me one more time, and you will regret it. Vaeric has a signet ring with House Bethal's family crest. Bring it to me as proof of death. Only then will I grant you access to the power grid.
I'll see what I can do.
see that you get it done. I recommend you start by speaking to patrons of the Herald's Rest. Some of Vaeric's associates there may know where he went, but keep in mind, anyone who has directly aided him in hiding is an accomplice and shares his fate.
Hopefully no one was stupid enough to help him.
If they were, they will pay the price. And remember, absolute discretion. All anyone needs to know is that you are looking for Vaeric for personal reasons. I will not risk word of his disappearance getting out before I can say the situation has been handled.
Alright then. We're on a freaking errand here. Not really a one I'm proud to say that we have to embark on, but it's gotta get done nonetheless. Unless we can just strike diplomacy where, you know. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Okay. I think this would be a good time to get out me map and find out. Oh, okay. It's actually not as far as I thought it was. Good. Very good. I'm glad to find out that my locations are not as far as I think they are. Alright, so Herald's Rest.
Another drink will not hurt.
No. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
Oh, you're real busy. I'm looking for Vaeric Vithal.
You and me both. The worst thing that can possibly happen happens. And then he disappears. I mean, come on. We're supposed to be friends.
I'm sure he has good reason.
Is there ever a good reason to abandon your friends? You'd think B would at least be commiserating with me. But I'm suddenly too drunk to deal with. Some friend she is. All she cares about is Vaeric.
You should be supporting one another.
Right? That's what we do. When we lost people to the so-called incident, we banded together. I just want Vaeric to show up so things can get back to normal. Whatever that is.
He must have trusted you with some information.
Did he trust me? I just don't know anymore.
You could have said something.
I thought he'd trust me with anything. But I'm telling you, there's nothing.
I thought you two were friends.
Yeah, he told me a lot of things, but none of it seems significant.
I know you care. Please help us find him and making sure he's alright.
I want to. I really do.
Let's find him together.
Two minds are better than one. Wait. I think I remember something now. Tane! He mentioned talking to Tane one day about getting off-world, seeing the settled systems. We never thought he was serious, and even if he wasn't... Tane still might know something.
Just tell me where I can find Tane.
Tane's a regular. He'll be by any minute if you just want to take a seat.
Alrighty, I'll take a seat. Ah, who's this? That might be the guy I'm looking for.
The guards over
You there, mister.
Hey, aren't you that outsider made promise that showed up here recently?
I have not seen him.
Serpent bless you, I've been shown the rightful path.
Oh, wow. You really bought in, huh? I'm an outsider myself. It's hard to get into the whole giant snake thing.
A heretic?
And proud of it. I've been toting stuff back and forth for these people for years and still get the cold shoulder most places I go. But then these people lose half their city and you show up, And suddenly it's divine intervention.
It's been interesting.
It sure has, to say the least. Anyway, enough about that. What can I do you for?
I heard you know where I can find Vaeric Vithal.
That so? Well, I guess that depends, Harbinger. Who wants to know?
I do, of course.
Oh, sure. You just show up out of the blue and suddenly want to know where to find House Vithal's #1 son? And I know he wasn't lost to whatever ate up half of Dazra. Plenty of people have seen him since. Although, let's just say after what went down here, my retirement's looking imminent, and I haven't exactly been saving up for a rainy day. So if you're feeling generous, maybe we can help each other out.
Alright, it's a deal. Credits for Vaeric's location.
Nice to see we operate on the same wavelength. I'm pretty sure he's heading into the Highlands. Just not sure where. But I do have the means to track him. So you just say the word and we're off to the races.
Good, let's go.
After you. Once we're outside of Dazra, I'll fire up my tracker and fingers crossed, it'll lead us right to him. Just head out the west gate, should be the fastest route.
Alright, let's do it. Good thing I've got my vehicle here. It'll make this trip seem not so less of a travel.
I have not seen my sister in days.
Oh, that's a shame. Ah, okay.
A temporary encampment, but not an uneventful stay for the occupant.
Alright, so what does one have to do to make this carry on, unless I have to wait for him to catch up?
This place is unique, is it not?
How are you saying that? You came from here. Don't act like you don't know what anything's going on. I mean,
Never can have too much.
Take a little too much on. Literally.
that almost makes no sense to me. She's literally from this world, and she's like, wow, isn't this so magnificent? As if you haven't seen home for a long time. Oh. Oh. Oh, I know we can.
Still in one piece.
Alright.
Good news is my heart didn't give out. All my years and all the planets I've been on. Never gonna get used to those things.
At least they aren't as common as phantoms.
You got that right. Damn House Baron. Wiping out half their city and bringing in horrors like these. At least I don't see a body around here, so I hope that means Vaeric's alive. You find anything?
There's a bloodstain. Vaeric must have been injured.
Injured? Hope he doesn't bleed out by the time we find him. Well, what's next? Vaeric must have fled in a hurry since his tracker's still here. So guess the rest is up to us.
We track him. He's injured, so shouldn't be too hard.
Sounds like a plan. And hopefully that injury slows him down enough for us to catch up. Let's head back down and see what we can find. And by we, I mean you.
Mm-hmm. Always me. I don't know why it's gonna take so long. Ah, okay. so we gotta search northwest of camp. Ah, there we are.
Please do not frighten the brutes.
That's far enough, strangers. You want to tell me what you're doing on my property uninvited?
We're looking for Vaeric Vithal on behalf of House Vithal.
House Vithal's heir. It makes sense now.
You've seen him. You saw Vaeric?
Yes, I believe we did.
Irina, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Zen, yes, I know quite well. Never mind my partner, they're just overly cautious. As I said before, I've never seen Vaeric Vithal. We keep to ourselves. There's no reason for a path to cross. But we did aid an injured young man a few days ago.
That's gotta be Vaeric.
It's too coincidental. It must have been him.
I need to know where Vaeric went.
We sent him north. There's a long abandoned growth farm we felt he could make use of. He claimed he lost everything in the incident that swallowed half of Dazra. He wanted to start a new life. We even gave him 2 of our own growths to get started.
That's all I needed. We'll be on our way.
Thanks for the help.
All must serve.
Alright, so we got our next GPS point. I would hate to be lost in the vast openness. I see there's a little path up here. Let's give this a try. Oh, pretty steep. Good thing this thing has all-wheel drive. Oh, okay. I see there was an entrance, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like going all the way around. Okay, let's begin our search. Oh, a slate. Yeah, I can prove handy. Okay.
Vaeric's been busy if he got this much done. Nothing going on out here. How about you? Find anything?
Vaeric's not home, but this is where he's living.
Sounds like it's a waiting game then.
It seems I have uninvited guests. You want to explain yourselves?
Whoa, hey, it's me. Dang. Put the gun down already.
It's not you I'm concerned about. It's your friends.
Rightfully so.
I'm Harbinger.
I wish I could say I was pleased to meet you, but something tells me this isn't a social call. Please, if you're here on my father's orders, allow me to plead my case.
You may speak, but know that I will not be swayed.
If I can't appeal to your sense of duty, perhaps your sense of compassion will do. I am not sure how familiar you are with our culture, but all I've ever wanted was the right to choose. I was born House Vithal. I was raised to inherit the role of Elder, to run the Ministry of State, to worship the Great Serpent. But I want none of it.
Your sole responsibility is to your house.
They really got into your head with the whole promise thing.
It's never mattered how much I tried to reason with him. My father simply would not let me go. His pride and the fear of what it would mean for House Vithal is all he cares about.
Matters not what you want, what we do with the Great Serpent requires of us.
But it should matter. All I want is to make my own life. Something Tane understood and was willing to help me with.
The credits help too. But yeah, guess you got the whole scoop now.
All this time you were counting to aid the traitor.
I like to call it looking out for a friend. I lost my ship to the incident, so I didn't want Vaeric running off thinking I could just grab him and go. I was also out all the credits he was gonna pay me. That's where you came in. I figured, why not 2 for the price of 1? I didn't realize it was gonna turn into a whole thing.
So, now you know my true intentions for leaving, and given the circumstances, I may be here for some time. My hope now is to make the best of it here.
So you slipped out while everyone was distracted by the incident?
It seems opportunistic, I know. The truth is, the scaled citadel was the last straw. My people are so blinded by faith and politics, they don't see how it's destroying us. Anasko Varun eliminated half our population in the Blai. My sister Vashti among them. I could no longer live in a society that won't put its people first. That would destroy itself in the name of a god that has done nothing for us.
Such heresy. You have been misled, brother, and must seek his guidance.
I don't think you've been picking up what he's putting down. Vaeric's done with that life. He's not going to turn to a god that may have wiped out half his city or support a people that are a danger to themselves.
I hope you can see why I want to walk away from all this. To start my own life. I ask that you give me that chance.
You need to return to home, to your responsibilities.
No. I can't go back. I want nothing to do with that life.
You're acting on impulse.
Perhaps you're right. I've been through so much.
You would turn your back on your own people?
It's not that I want to. Perhaps I am being hasty. All right. I concede. I can see how I may have acted abruptly. Vashti's death. So much devastation. So much loss. But will my father even take me back?
I've convinced you to return. I can convince him too.
Returning to Dazra is something I can hardly believe myself. So point made. I'll need to make some preparations before I return. Gathering my things and making sure Bella and Boris are taken care of. I'll be along shortly.
Same here. I'm going to stick around and help Vaeric out. Besides, I don't think I want to be around when you report back to Victor. Do me a favor and find me later at the Herald's Rest.
Alright, well I hope he can be convinced. If not, well, I'm not sure what fate beholds him. Alright, time to head back to the city. I've done my job here. Okay, now we made it back to the city. Let's see if we can persuade the father to allow his son back in. Under whatever circumstances he's been under. Ooh. Lol. Alright, let's see how this turns out.
All must.
What news do you bring, Harbinger?
I found Vaeric, but I didn't kill him.
Serpent, be merciful. You spared him.
Is this true? You allowed a traitor to live.
I did the next best thing. I persuaded him to return.
Return?
Victor, this is great news. Truly, the Great Serpent has guided him back to you.
Well, not exactly the Great Serpent, but I have returned nonetheless. Father, I admit I had no intention of coming back, but the Harbinger found me. He helped me see under a different light. Will you forgive me?
Victor, how dare you stall when your son has asked your forgiveness?
The Great Serpent is offering you a second chance.
Could it be?
Father, I have returned out of love and support for you and House Vetal. I am ready to dedicate myself fully.
Do you have any idea the trauma you have caused me? The damage you could have wrought upon this house?
It was never my intention to harm you or this house. Losing Vashti. So much devastation. I feared we devoted ourselves blindly to a path that would lead to our end. I let my emotions get the best of me. I lost my way, but I have returned. Repentant and ready to serve.
Forgiveness will help you move past your feelings of betrayal.
Perhaps you are right. Vaeric, I have always seen myself in you, son. Even the weaker emotional side. Much like your aunt does for me, I know Vashti did for you. She was your anchor. It should be no surprise how her death drove you away.
Thank you, Father. All I ask is for your understanding and forgiveness.
And you shall have it.
It's good to have you back with us, Vaeric.
Thank you. You put my son back on the right path and guided him home.
You're welcome.
Come, Vaeric. Let us get you resettled.
Now that we have a bit more privacy, I wanted to discuss the matter of any traitors among us. Did you find anyone who aided my son in his treachery?
I believe your son acted alone.
Good. Unfortunately, I have heard ramblings among the people of Vaeric's disappearance. Wardens are dealing with the matter as we speak. But, while not the orders given, you restored this house and have my gratitude. Here, the access code that Ekris needs to connect to the power grid. Now go. Obviously, my son and I have much to discuss.
It would seem so. Alright, yo, let's go to that place and see what happens. Okay, let's see what the final results are.
Serpent speed be with you, Harbinger. Did Victor finally relinquish the access code?
Yes, this slate has the code on it.
Excellent. We'll finally have the resources to fully charge the Mourning Device. Now, give me a moment to set up the grid. Inputting the access code. Routing power. It is done. Harbinger, will you do us the honor?
Oh, well, don't mind me.
All personnel to stations. Clear the platform.
Activating power grid interlink.
Powering draft drive.
Field projector. Standing by.
Scanning stabilizers.
Draft field stable.
Capacitors fully charged.
All stations reporting. Ready to proceed with targeting.
Targeting system engaged.
Calibrating lens array.
Adjusting counterweights.
Locking axial tilt. Device is in position.
It's time. On your mark.
No better time than now.
Fire! Focus.
Beam on target.
Compensating for recoil. It is working. Steady.
Attempting to stabilize. Detecting graviton flux.
Hold! We cannot fail the speaker now.
Rerouting power.
Burning out. Enough! Shut it down!
Cutting power.
Craft drive cycling down.
Turning to 0 point.
Retracting stabilizers.
Shutdown complete.
Clear! Well done, all. Well done. We have done all we can. I am sure the council is waiting to speak with you.
Oh, I'm sure they are. They must be eager to fire up a conversation with me. Seems like rushing things caused all this to begin with. We need to take it slow.
Time is a luxury we do not have. Committing a large force is impossible. There have been reports of increased zealot activity, no doubt in response to what we have been doing here.
It would be unwise to leave Dazra even more vulnerable than it already is.
And, to be candid, we have no idea what will happen to anyone entering the Citadel. We must minimize the potential risk.
I see where this is going.
It is only fitting that it should be you.
Really? I do not doubt our newest member's conviction, but...
What else can we do? He is the only one who can communicate with Anasco. Save as much as you can. Save it all, if possible, but to speak your priority. Do whatever it takes to bring Anasco back to us.
All must serve.
Indeed. And your service will be remembered, no matter what. We will speak again soon, I hope.
Alright. Well, that's the moment. I'm not sure if this means unlocking the achievement at the same time, but I feel like I should have gotten that as I helped the last house, but I don't know, maybe that achievement's in delay. I do not know, but anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, be sure to give it a like or a dislike, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.